John Tavares will make his preseason debut tomorrow night. With a look ahead, we're joined by Craig Button and Dave Poulin. Craig, with William Nylander being moved to center ice, is the 33-year-old destined to become an $11 million a season third-line center?
Listen, when John Tavares signed 5 years ago, it was inevitable that the Toronto Maple Leafs were going to reach a point where they were going to have to consider redeploying John Tavares. He is still a very good player. He's productive, he's diligent, he's consistent, and you can't forget about that. But when you get to be 33 years of age, your skating falls off just a little bit. You know, what they're trying to do is keep him at that productive level, and at the same time, you know, perhaps with William Nylander being able to take on a little bit more ice time, a little bit more of difficult matchups, and that's based on William showing that he can be a top-notch player. I think that for the Toronto Maple Leafs, this is something they were going to have to think about when they signed him 5 years ago. They're at that point now, but with William Nylander having performed so well over the last number of seasons, and John Tavares, you're just trying to maximize where they're at this point in their career. The money is the money. Don't worry about the money. John Tavares will still be a productive player wherever you put him in the lineup.
Pulling one spot, Tavares can still definitely contribute on the power play. Looks like he'll be back on the first unit with Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and John Klingberg. The Leafs had the second best power play last season. Only the Oilers were better. Any chance they move to number one this season?
Well, there's a chance, Gino, but I think it's about being less coached and more creative. And I think the strength of the Edmonton power play, certainly the influx of Evan Bouchard and a little different look. Well, guess what? A right shot defenseman in John Klingberg is going to open up the one-timer to Austin Matthews. So right shot to left shot even more. And one thing Klingberg does exceedingly well is walk the blue line from his right to left. So he's going to create more space. But coaching is so good in this league that if you try and do the same things over and over again, teams are going to scout it and figure it out. They have to be more creative. That's where Edmonton differs. The creativity of Connor McDavid. Yes, Draisaitl's going to be planted somewhere down low, but McDavid is so creative. I think the Leafs can be more creative with the skill level they've got.
That $11 million price tag on Tavares leaves only 6 players making more money than him this year. All eyes will be on the captain as he enters his second last year under contract in Toronto.
7-Eleven That's Hockey is brought to you by 7-Eleven. Get meals, groceries, essentials, and of course, Slurpee delivered.